Hi, Morgan Dollar. I'm kind of getting this thing going, trying it out. I'm always trying different times of the day because out here in the woods, I don't know what everybody else is doing or where they're available or what's a good time to try to get online. And it's going to be just a moment getting this all set up. There's SJ. Sorry I missed your earlier show. I had to take a nap. Uh, Look, I found out Dustin was busy tonight. He's catching up on so many things. He's got some family issues going on. Of course, he's always doing the coin thing. Uh, I thought I'd jump in and try out this time slot and see if this works uh, for streaming. I had some massive sound issues earlier this morning, and well, geez, you could barely. It was barely intelligible after about 15 minutes. So I figured I'd jump on and let me fix this. And let's see. No, that's not it. This it? There we go. I thought I'd jump on and do a question and answer thing because a lot of people are looking for Dustin's live stream, and let's see, it's a good time as any to get out there and talk about the Coin Op group, what sort of things we're doing, and just give you some good ideas for general coin collecting and looking at your pennies and quarters and dimes and nickels. And, well, I got some equipment and stuff. How's everybody doing tonight? Chris Hurley has made it in. I see Randy G. Victor Cruz is here. Now, Victor's got a real nice channel going on. What are you, 270 subscribers over there, Victor? He does a lot of good. He cares about the people. He's a good watch. Just get in there and watch him. Support his channel. Just see what he's talking about. He runs around to flea markets and picks up really good deals. Kind of neat there. I'm doing this rather impromptu, so I don't have much set up. But we'll get a few people in here, and I got a couple things I can show you. I was planning on doing it on Saturday's class, but we can do it here just as well. And I'm going to take a look at my stream because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be slow right now. Yeah, video output is low, so we're going to be buffering. Yeah, we're going to have some lag time, no question about that. So I'll take my time when I move these coins around so we can actually get a look at the darn things. And Christine Criswell has joined us. And I don't know how well this is going to transmit this time of day. It's going to be a real treat. Now, I want to show you a couple of things over here. We got Facebook, and this will pop up all over the place. Now, Facebook's a place you can get some questions and answers. Let me put that on pause. That'll speed things up. There's coins all day, oldies and goodies. Beth Cotting has made it in. Polly's Nichols is streaming? Okay. Polly's got a channel he searches through coin rolls right there in front of you. And we'll jump over and take a look at his stuff. I'm going to show you the Coin Up Facebook group if I can get to it. It's going to be a little slow because at this time of day around this neighborhood, that's probably when everybody's getting home, checking their email, sending pictures to mom and pop or the kids. My video is blurry, very blurry. Yes, I'm limited on how much bandwidth I have. It's pretty slow to begin with. So I've tried, middle of the night, and that seems to work pretty well. Early morning, well, we had sound troubles this morning, but I think that was a software glitch on my computer. Let's see. Hello, SJ. Hi, Christine. Hi, Beth. Ray's happy. Ray's always happy. Oldies and goodies is here. Is Cheryl. How you doing, Cheryl? I don't give Cheryl enough attention. She's real sweet. I guess she's putting together a channel. You want to keep a look at her. My broadcast will probably be jumping. I'm looking at the stats here, and it's pushing 600 kilobytes a second. I've had faster dial-up speed. Audio's working. Outstanding. I had got involved in a Google group. I don't know, what is it, a meetup sort of thing. And I'm talking with another coin guy, Ryan Madison. And we're just looking at pennies and stuff. And that seems to screw up the noise. A lot of times I'll be talking to him, and all of a sudden it sounds like I'm underwater. Or it sounds like, right after the Matrix, where the guy sticks his finger in the mirror, and then it all gets really weird, and Kansas goes bye-bye. So if we can get that sound solution, that'd be wonderful. Meantime, we're just going to have to put up with the lagging. It'll work out much better when the stream becomes a video. And I'll try to slow down and not move so quickly. There you go. Now, and yeah, definitely get over and check out Polly's channel. Let me give you this link here real quick, if I can do that. I'm not really set up for it just yet. Usually when I do these live streams, I've got all the links and such at the ready. Oh, let's see, where is this? Must be over here. So I can just grab the link, copy it, put it over here in chat, and paste it right up. And that works great. But we're kind of throwing this together on a lark today. So bear with me. And I've got a couple of things. We're going to do we're going to put together a graded set, a reference set for you. And talk about how to grade coins. And this is, oh boy, this is slow. And here it is. Now I've got a video directory. I'm going to give you a link to that over here in the chat. And it's just going to take about a week to load. Technology is really good. We can do this sort of thing. You know, 20 years ago, you could send email photos back and forth, and that was about it. Now we've got video, sound, real-time questions and answers. I mean, I can get your picture in the email, put it up in the group, talk about it that fast. Okay, I'm going to copy this link, if it will let me. There, we did it. Oh boy, I'm so happy. Now let me type for a minute. This is the video directory. If I can type, and I'll give you the link, and that'll give you, if you're not on this directory, please let me know. I'm going to switch over to, the desktop here, screen and me. This will take just a moment. And that should start showing you my desktop any second now. But boy, it's going to be tough. Yeah, we're going to buffer real bad because out here in the woods, I'm at 408 kilobytes a second. Yeah, that's pretty miserable. But we have this, that's done. There's a video channel and live stream show times, and I'm adding events and blogs. So if you have a YouTube channel doing coin videos, we'd love to see it. Why isn't this, this should change over. Screen and me. Well, that's not showing, is it? There it is. That seems to be working. We've got somebody's channel here, who the host is. I got myself in green. Beth Coddington, they're in alphabetical order, so she's next, of course. In the red, I've got Couch Collectibles. You want to subscribe to him without delay. Here's a Coin Up channel, which would be on right now, but Dustin's taking care of his situation. Flea Market Coin Hunters, go check out Victor. Alrighty, and there's SJ, of course, who's always on. We have the live stream show times is the next tab. Who's on, what time they're on, what's their link, what are they doing? Hunting for errors, for example, Friday Night Coin Auction, Victor has coming up. Saturday, the coin class. But there's all the links you have. And if you need to be on this list, just let me know, and we'll get you right up. Now, if this is showing right, and it's not, up here should be or will be my email address. Why is it showing that? Let me look up. Oh, that's why. But it's not right here right now. I'm checking out the chat right now. But if you get back over to that coin blog, I'll give you that link one more time. Anyone with a link. We're going to copy that link. Copy the paste. Good. And I'm going to put that over here in chat. There you go. Now you can find everybody anytime. And if you want to be on there, I think my email address is on there, so you can add yourself. There we go. It's in the top line. And I'll copy that also and move that over to the the channel directory. There you go. In the top section of each page will be my email address. I'm the only one who can edit this, and we'll get your ad right in there so people can find it. Does that sound okay, folks? It don't cost nothing. Just put your, let me know. Send me email, and I'll get you listed right in there. Let's see who else has joined us. Mudswat has joined us. How are you doing, baby? There's Joe Miller. Of course, Christine. She's an old salt around here. Alrighty, let's talk about grading coins. I've got you on. You're looking at the desktop, so I'm going to send you over here to PCGS. Where the heck is it? PhotoGrade. And I'll give you the link, and then we'll. Oh boy, this is going to really slow stuff down. PCGS. You've probably heard of them. They have all sorts of good stuff going on. I'm going to give you a PCGS PhotoGrade. Oop, that didn't work. All right, I seem to have screwed that up. Bear with me here. Oh, I see why. Offline. Let me get back online. Yeah, this will only take a moment. I gotta remember I'm only on the one computer, and it's already taxing the resources of this computer and this line. Live stream offline. It says I'm back on. All right, here is the link for PCGS PhotoGrade. So you can grade your coins easily. I'll try not to screw this up again. And what you're going to look at is this: how long it takes me to load a page. Normally, I'm going to go straight to cents because most people deal with cents. And I'll go to Lincoln Cents. And this is how it works. Look, I'm pointing at the screen like that's going to do any good. This will scroll left and right, and you'll be able to compare your coin with pictures that PCGS has up there. Professor PV and classes in. Today I'm a substitute teacher. All right, we're getting some folks in here now. You can grab a handful of coins, and I'm sure I've got some back here. Alrighty. Oh, where's that big bag? I'll be right back. Oh, ready? There's some wheats for you. Let me come over and see who's talking. Yeah, coins, you can share that spreadsheet around. CFA, are you on there, CFA? Coins for amateurs, let's look at that, see if you're on there. Coins for amateurs, you're right here. Number 19 on the video directory. Now, if you do a live stream, you're going to let me know so we can get you in there. If you have anybody else who has a coin video channel, you let me know, and I'll get it right on there. That's not what I want to be. Let's see. We got green hearts. Hey, Mudswat, how are you? Oh, Trivia 5, good Lord. I've been meaning to. I had to paint the kitchen ceiling. Then I had a hell of a coffee mess over here one day. Coin 5 is coming out. But yes, it's the penny. Comes from England, and the D is denarius. But I've got to explain that a whole lot better. Catherine has joined us. Good to see you. Okay, let's get back over to here. Let's see what you're seeing. And I'm going to go to the USB. I think that's this. There it is. There's my email address if you need to get on that video directory. Now, I got a bunch of coins here. I got, oh, what is that, 30 pounds of wheats? It's a big sack of wheats. All right. Now, you've seen PCGS. You've got the link. I've given that to you. But if you think about it, you can assemble your own graded set, right? Here's a 1944, and that's a pretty guy. He's got, some contact marks, but you take a look at it, the quality of his cheek, of his ear, all right, and compare that to this one, which has got some damage on it. And you can see that these are about the same. This guy on the left, Well, is he better or is he worse? And effectively just line them up. Take 20, 30 coins and line them up. Let me find a worn one here. These are not too bad, really. I know I've got some junky ones in here, I'm sure, but there we go. Let's watch this one. I've got this third one. If I can get him straight. Here we got real clear separation, light wear across the cheek and ear. And I would say that the 1958 is in better grade than 1944. So now I can start to line them up. And to make life easy, I've got the coin spatula. Did you see this? I got to show you this, by the way. Okay, we know that this is the best one I've got so far. So I'm going to set him right here. That 1944 is the second best I've got. So I can take the next one, take a look. Well, he's not as good as that 1944. Over in the back, the wheat ears are kind of taking a beating, kind of worn out. I know that that one is less than the 1944. So now I've got a line of the darn things. The next one I'm going to take a look at, where does he fit in? He fits in right about here. All right. Now, once I've got about a dozen or so coins lined up, I can start to compare them to PCGS. So I've got a more accurate representation. And I can point out and say this one is right in here. But when I have that one that I can verify on PCGS is very fine, and this one is fine, I've got a graded standard reference set. Put them in the 2x2s, label them, write good or fine or very fine or whatever you have on it. And if you can't get online, you can always look to your reference set. Alrighty? Well, he's got some doodle on him. Let's not use him. Okay, let's see, what's that one? Oh, that's really doodly. Don't buy my wheat bags. Did I tell you this? They're picked clean. Okay, this one, give him a wipe with my finger. Okay, we got some separation. Let's look at the back. Okay, good lines. I know that's going to be VF, but he's going to sneak in right about in there. Okay. Once you've done this with a bunch of coins, you'll have guys on here that are really worn, you know, like the 1910 good. Let's see if I got one here. Oh, I'm sure I do. You can separate what's good, what's fine, very fine, extremely fine. You can get into the AU and the BUs. I've got that. I know that right here. Okay. Then you start getting into your, you know, your brilliant uncirculateds and MS62, 63, 64. You can set those right up. And having a reference set can make it easy for you to grade all your other coins. Because then you just compare it. Look at, you know, take your penny, hold it up to what you have for good. It's better than that compared to the very good one. Or is it in between, you know, good 6. And that's a, whoa, there they go. Well, that's where they're going to end up. It's a handy tool. Now, I've got a couple of books that I've sent out from the coin class. I sent Beth Coddington the old photo grade. Do I have another one? No, but I have another one coming. There are standard manuals. There are standards for grading. ANA, you go to money.org and you'll get the ANA grading system. But there are books out there where they have photos of every coin, every series, every grade, and you compare what you have to what they have. And if you set up your own standard reference set, well, geez, you don't really have to buy the book, do you? Let me catch up over here. Coins for amateurs, awesome. When we stream, we'll let you know. Outstanding. We look for. I want to post you up in the live stream as soon as you get it going. Wise man said, respect is the most important thing. I think integrity is the most important thing. That's when you do the right thing when nobody's looking. Search of 1964 by cent roll. I'd forgotten. You get a 4 DDO 4S 4s. Okay, I like those. I showed you these last night. I think I still have them around. Where is it? People grab these BU rolls and they're real nice. I mean, they're shiny. I got. Oh, let's see. There's a 1958 BU roll. Every coin in there is just screaming hot. They're beautiful. Let me put a couple down here for you. Except this isn't quite with your regular roll. I get into weird stuff, right? So that's a brilliant uncirculated Canadian coin. But you open up these rolls, and sometimes you find die varieties. And they're beautiful. They're clean, they're crisp, they're brilliant. This is 1958 Canada. But when you find one in a BU roll, a lot of times you find several. And that's where it really gets interesting, because some of these varieties, when they go for good money. I don't have the capacity to close that. There you go. So I had a 1957 D roll. I got to move my glasses to find this because I'm just as blind as a bat. Here we go. There's one. Look, it's the BCW flip. Did I tell you about those? Yeah, this is a rehash of what I ran this morning. We're already doing repeats on coin videos. Okay. And these guys are beautiful. I mean, look at them. Look at it. Look at it. Looks good. You get a big fat 7 over at the B. On the lower part, I've got a die chip. Now, those are key markers for a 1957 double die number 1. So let's get in close on that and take a look. Now, going through that BU roll, I got 17 of these guys out of there. Let's see if I can make this sharp enough so we can see what we're talking about. We're going to look at the bottom of the R, T, and Y, and the side of the R, T, and Y. And we're going to see some doubling. And you'll find this on Wexler, you find it on Konica, you'll find it on copper coins. And I've seen these trade for $8 to $10 a piece. And you saw the rest of it. It's a glorious piece. And I have a pointy stick right there. Okay, look at that. It's my toothpick. Now, somewhere I have a razor blade because I want to make this even more pointy. I suppose I did with that. I've got more. There it is. I'm just going to shave the end of that with a razor. That's all. Don't do this at home. I am a professional. There you go. Just like sharpening a pencil, except it's a toothpick. Okay, that's going to give me a finer point. When I get into that, I need something fine to point with. Let's see if we can do this right. Okay, the bottom of the R, you'll see on the leg, he's got some doubling on the left side. Bottom of the T, same thing on the bottom and on the left. And I'm going to stick this toothpick under there. See if we can get a little bit of a tilt to show up better. These things, you can see them clearly with a loop, but once you put them on these digital cameras, a lot of times you have some distortion because the algorithm of the photography that handles the digital information will change it. Okay, you can see on the left of the Y, you got some doubling on the diagonal part as well as on the vertical. Now get over to that 7 and the date. That thing is a mile wide. Okay, and it's a beautiful coin. I got 17 of the darn things. If you want one, just get a hold of me at the email address right up here. Don't send money. I got to do goods and services if I'm going to ship, so I'll send you an invoice. But getting into, what's that thingy? What these look like? That's what they look like in real life. Let me get the light on that. It's a gorgeous coin. I don't have my fingertip gloves on, so I don't want to handle it too much. Where'd that? I've done lost it. I've got to clean off this desk. Okay, I'll just set it on the back for now and clean that up later. But the BU rolls are wonderful if you want to start looking at a lot of coins in beautiful shape, and you can get some good finds. I mean, the wheat bags, they've been picked over. You know that. There's no dates. There's no steals. What's this one? This one's a 1953. And something like this, I mean, people have gone through these bags for 50 years. Don't believe them when they say these are unsearched. They've been picked, repicked. Somebody else buys them. They move on and get picked over again. Back in the late 80s, I could get a bag of wheats for $75. 5,000 wheats, about like this. $75, penny and a half a piece. It'd be VDBs, early 30s, 20s, teens, in decent shape, you know, very good, fine, no problem at all. Plenty of S mint marks, steel cents, BU, everything was in those bags. They were goddesses. Now the bags, they got no steals. It's all 40s and 50s, P and D. A lot of crud in there. Oh, like this one. Yeah, like the one you're seeing over here. Just kind of, you know, weak. This is the kind of stuff that I get rid of. And I sell these off for, you know, 3 cents a piece because there's nothing in there. But they still, you know, there's plenty of them in there that are decent shape so you can fill a folder or album. Right? I mean, there's nothing wrong or unrespectable about this 44. Back of it, yeah, some contact marks. It's been circulated, but it's still in pretty decent shape. But a lot of these bags I've seen lately, they're just junk. The best bag I ever had was from Bob Grow. He was in these Facebook groups. He passed away about a year ago, which is a darn shame. Real good guy, great products, great coins. I don't know where he got them, but they're beautiful. You know, but you can find some decent coins in these bags. But nowadays they're $200 plus shipping. You know, here's a 47S. A lot of people would be happy to have that. So I got to put, what's that? Did I miss something? No, we got to look at this. But a lot of people would be happy to have, you know, a set of wheats from 1941 to 1958, just to fill book number 2. What do you see here, guys? I think I might have missed something in this bag, which I can't fathom. It must be from somewhere else. Well, is it a cud? Is it a chip? I'm going to look at this real quick. And we got the loops here, of course. Oh my God, it's a cud. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's a cud. Let's get in a little closer. Well, first off, we'll take a look. I got a big scratch over here. Ain't that a shame? Oh, darn it. But here's a cud. So there are some things in these bags. I get them, I sort them out, and I go through 1 year at a time, which is why that comes in handy, because I can spread out the coins right across the thing, take a look at them, and then I can flip them over all at once. Now I got a video on how to make these. They're real simple. It'll cost you $3, and if you don't have glue, $4, and then you get glue out of it too. But I set these across, and I'm able to scan these things quite rapidly, you know, going from one to the next to the next to the next. I know what I'm looking for. I've got notes here. Really, I do. Wonder where they are. Wow. See, I'm not really ready for this stream. Well, anyway, take your notes. Notes are a key part. But when you can go from one coin to the next, or all the same date, you can rapidly get through these bags, and there are plenty of mint marks in there that are repunched. There are RPMs. Where's my big book? I got something here to show you. 22, 29, is that it? Yeah, I think number 29. That's folder number 29. And I got a neat one in here. I think it's in here. Let's try this one. I'd have to look at my spreadsheet, find out exactly where it is. Is that the one? Must be 41. Yeah, here's one. You'll still find some pretty slick stuff in these wheat bags. But BU rolls are awesome, but you're limited to one date. Now this is a 1941 DDO. I think it's number 5, double die averse. Alrighty, you can see it just to the left of the 1 and the 9. Let me get all this out of the way. And where'd my toothpick go? There we go. That's my shiny side. Right to the left of the 1, you'll see a ghost, another 1. Same thing with the 9. It's more apparent when you get over to Liberty. If I can get into there. And you're looking to the left of the letters R, T, and Y. Now, in hand, they jump right out. I'm having a hard time getting to look in the camera. Yeah, that's not die deterioration. That's not machine doubling. That's an extra T and an extra Y. And that's probably a $20 coin, even though it's in fine condition. Let's have a look at it from out here. Okay, it's better than fine. What would you call that? It's very fine. But they're out there, and you can find them. I like BU rolls. You find one thing, you find a dozen of them. The bags of wheats, you can find a whole lot of things, but only one of each. Either way, it all works. Variety is good for you. And if you can find a bunch all the same, hey, you get a marketable product that way. Give people a choice of, how much you want to spend, and this is what we got. Now, this guy, the coin spatula, this is good for, your moderns. You open up a bunch of penny rolls. Let me show you how we work this. Now, I can put these under the loop and go from one to the next fast. I mean quick, which is the advantage there. But I can also show them to you here, and the advantage of going from one to the next to the next. Now I'm going kind of fast here. Well, it's just a demonstration. But you can get in, to a depth of about 4 or 5 coins deep. So you're able to lay a lot of them out, right? Inspect them. And then rather than flip every single coin over, one at a time, kills your time. They're exactly the same. It's a flat board, right? And if I can get that in there, and I cut off a 1/2 inch, add that to each side, the whole length of it, as you can see. All right, that's it. It's as simple as could be. I got 8 inches wide, 9 inches this way, so I cut it 8 by 10 and took off 2 1/2 inch strips, right? And they're identical. Both of them have the rim, so they don't slide off of one side, but they will slide off the other. So if I turn these 90 degrees, I can put the top on the bottom, all right? Lock it in, squeeze it, flip them over, and now you're looking at the other sides. These will cost you $3 to make. That foam board's available up at Walmart. She's pretty stiff, right? And now I can zip through these coins again. If you're doing BU rolls, you got a great advantage because these are going to be quick, and you don't have to finger them up every single time, right? If you're doing wheat bags, again, same thing. It's very, very quick. And it doesn't really matter if you finger them up. But boy, some of these little gadgets are so darn handy for saving you time. Instead of going, through 10 rolls of coins in an hour, I can roll through 10 rolls in 20 minutes. The net effect is I'm going through more coins. You can find more stuff if you can handle more coins. Excuse me. I'm going to catch up and chat for just a minute because I'm just talking and talking. 18 people are online. Outstanding. Now, Crazy Maters Bailey, is working on a few rolls of 2009 formative years and finding some DDRs. Way cool. Just got my 1000X scope, and now I can see everything. Maters, remember that board I just showed you? What can help you, if I can find anything, here we go, is this little piece. These foam boards are $3. They're available at Walmart. You see it's a 1/4 inch thick foam covered on paper on 2 sides. They got them in every color of the rainbow. I go with black because, as you can see in the photo over here, it shows the coin better. I don't get a lot of light reflection like I would from a white board. But I can put my coin on that card. All right, let me move this aside. We'll put a coin on there. Now, instead of sliding that coin around with my finger to get it to show up on that camera, I just move the board back and forth. I'm not abrading the platform of the expensive camera, and I'm not scuffing the back edge of that coin. Coin stays stable in a single location, and I can move it all around and never touch it. That's a big advantage, and something you can do it with just, a slip of paper would do it. Let me show you the difference between a white, there you go, piece of paper, and a black background. Okay, that's going to change the way the coin appears. It's brighter. So try it out, see what works for you. That's all, but it's handy to have something to slide that coin across with my finger rather than touch that coin. Now there's the coin. Oh, let's do 2 coins. How about that? Here's another penny. And we'll do side by side so you can see, white and dark. There's a white. Okay, white background. And there's a black background. It comes down to personal preference, but everybody's eyes are different. So by all means, try it out. I'm not saying anything I do is the best way. I'm giving you ideas to try out to see what's the best way for you. Now, if you don't like the spatula, that's okay. Go build one. If you like the cards, cut one up. That's it. It's a, size of a 2x2. It's just a card. I put the penny on to slide around. You can use these. Victor uses these. Take one of those, cut it in half. Let's see. And put a coin right on there. Victor was using these in his live stream last night. And now I can, again, move that coin around my fingers way down here, pushing the flip. And my coin is not going anywhere. It's not scrubbing. It's not scraping. And I get a good shot of it. If I want to flip that over, no problem at all. I just squeeze it, flip it over. Again, I don't have to touch the coin. And it's in the other hole. And it's a handy tool. Lots of things can be made at home. Let me try to focus that better just for a group. There you go. Don't be afraid to try new things because we're all inventing this as we go. How long have people been live streaming coins? Not that long, maybe a year. Justin Couch, January, I think it was. Barely a year. Coin videos have been around for a couple of years. But we're really pushing the edge of technology lately, getting into new things. Everybody's got a camera, which is really changing the way we sell coins. I'm going to come over to chat and take a look. Oh, let me give you something pretty to look at. In the meantime, I'll catch up and answer any questions. I can't see the screen here. Let me scroll up a bit. Beth Cardington says very cool. And everything she says is very cool is very cool. SJ, you'll find her late at night. I'm going to keep in on so it gets watch time from me. Oh, God love you. Yeah, you can just run my videos and play them one after the other while you sleep. It'd be a big help. I did it with Victor's yesterday. Mofos, bye babies. Like the coin flippies. Yeah, you'll see that on my blog. Go to the video directory. Let's see if I can put that back up. Here's the video directory. No, that's PCGS photo grade. Let me kill that. I don't want to load anything up because it slows it down. I'll put it in the, just go to my channel, 1millionpennies.blogspot.com, and you'll find instructions on how to make these. It's so simple. Look, you cut it square, you cut the edges off, put some glue on the back, put a book on top. You're done. It's that easy, and you can flip coins quickly. If you don't have a lot of coins, right, you don't want them to shift, here's another trick I found. You add a side. Get your coins together. Well, that one went. Okay, but you can essentially frame them in thusly. Let me see if you can see what I'm seeing. There you go. So I've got my coins together. I can probably do it here at a sharper angle. And with adding a couple of flips, you can keep them in that same order. Put your cover on. There we go. And that's in. And then flip them. And they don't slide halfway across the board. And there they are, just like that, except upside down. So now I can check the other side. And for a few coins, it's still pretty handy. A lot of times I only fill up, half of this. This will fit like 180 coins or some darn thing at 8x8. A couple of rolls will fit on this little piece. So it makes quick work of it. It really does. And it's handy, simple, easy. And if you got little jigs that you use at home, oh, I got another one here. Here's another jig. I'm always throwing something together. We figure it's a disorder. Let's see. Is it back here? I'm going to stand up. See, this is why I put on pants. There you go. Okay, we had the old camera. Let me get this out of here. No. What do you do with 30? I got another 30 pounds over there I haven't done anything with yet. Okay. Let's give you something pretty to look at. I'm going to show you just me. Hi, everybody. Okay, this is the old camera. That's the VHO. Don't ever buy a VHO. You'll be disappointed. Okay, here we have the now recently broken new camera. There we go. And this is that JXZ, whatever the hell it is. And it's pretty handy. It's got the stand, which is vertical. And that is probably the handiest thing. I can go straight up and down, and my camera is perpendicular to the coin. There's a little bit of wiggle, but I'm not going to worry about that. That stand is brilliant. Before I had this stand, right, real simple, stand platform and a camera mounted straight up and down. I had the VHO. Now I took this out of service, and I'll give this away in the coin class because I don't use it. It's a good camera, it really is, but it doesn't get the same detail as that JXZ, whatever the heck it is, that 1000X. That's a 200X. Let's see, but the problem with this guy, and I can put let me lower this camera down. Is it there? Okay, the problem with this guy is the camera's at an angle when you're trying to look at your coins. Well, geez, I wanted to look at this coin straight up and down, straight on. All right, straight, flat, so I have a perfect profile of the camera. I'm going to have to tilt that up. Okay, so if that guy is sitting on a desk, I've got a coin on the desk, it's really hard to get a flat, shot of that coin. Let me see if I can line that up. Yeah, so I built this guy. It's a piece of styrofoam, and again, that foam board nailed on top with a piece on the bottom. So I have, I'll just put that up here. I have something that's going to hold the coin on a flat desk at an angle, so I can use that camera on it. Okay, so I get my angle on the coin, angle on the camera, but now the relation from the camera aspect to the coin is straight on flat. This is a little more difficult to use, but this is a knife, some scissors, and glue. What have you got? Let me see them. We'll talk about it. We'll show people. A lot of these things are real simple. Just think about it and put something together, and you've got a useful tool. Okay. I'm going to go back and do some question and answer. Let's go back to that scene. I'll give you something pretty. Oh, and turn that camera right and stuff will be right side up. There we go, Zabe. You can look at him for a bit. Ray Hepburn says, yes, Ken, I got a B roll of 54 Ds, and I found 5 of the same errors in a row. It's beautiful when it happens, Ray. Outstanding. Now, Ray's in Canada, so just getting a roll of 54 Ds in BU is a chore. But yeah, I pulled out, I had a 54S roll. Right? I look at them all and found an RPM. Real nice one. Clean, pretty, fantastic shape, no contact marks, brilliant. And I set it aside. And I went through all the rest of the coins. And then I'm, done. So I put all the coins back in the tube. But I put that RPM back in the tube. So it took me 6 months to find it. You make sure you keep your stuff segregated. So now, what have I got here? I'll grab a flip and just stuff it in there. I like the flips better than the cardboard. I'll use the cardboard, but they're single use. If I put it in there for storage and staple it, I have to destroy it to get the coin back out to take a picture, because taking a picture through the plastic, well, it brings certain problems with it. You get the glare. You do lose some resolution because you get the plastic film in the way, even though it's very clear. But that glare is a killer with these LED lights. The unplasticized flips, I have these available. Actually, I have some more coming Friday. They're $8 for 100. They work great. I can take my coins out. These are designed for long-term storage. There are no softeners in there. These are stiff. And to get my coin out, I just turn it upside down, and there is my 1941 Woody. Okay, I'll show you that one because it's right handy. That's a real Woody one. You like Woodies? There it is. And good color, good tone. That's about medium thickness, medium grain on the wood. I haven't looked at the back, but this came out of just a handful of change here. Let's see if I can focus in on that. You have to talk quietly when you're focusing because it's a delicate operation. Well, anyway, there it is. But you'll like these. I got a paper cutter over on the other table. So I chop up these bits of paper. It's just scrap paper I got from work. Right on them, I stick it in there. When I send these out to people, they get a nice clean piece of paper with, identity for just that particular coin. Just, write it in there. I send these out. I send coins in these. I offer as little writing as I can, and oftentimes it's on the back, on the bottom, because nobody wants to look at somebody else's writing. You see that when you get these used albums, they get writing on them. Oh, come on, man! You can't just look at the coin and tell what date it is. Those I can write on it. If I don't like what I wrote, or if I was wrong, or I want to change the coin, I take that piece of paper out. I throw it away. I put another one in. Very handy. Really, this is the wave of the future. Cardboard's been around for a long time. It's done its job, but they don't last. They're single use. These are repeated use. And they do a better job. I mean, come on, look at this. All right, if I can get this open. They got great tensile strength. They'll stretch, but they don't have any puncture resistance. But that is the thickness, if you can see it. That's the thickness of the mylar. And come on, it's great for, abrasion resistance, but it's not going to take a poke. It's not going to take an impact. Those babies will hold up a whole lot better. You try driving a toothpick through one of those or through one of those. Goes right through. These babies, I can poke it all day long. I might scratch the surface, but I can take a pen to that. Here's my hand. Am I still live? I think so. Okay, I can take a pen to that. Oh! Don't do this at home. There you go. And that's going to take some abuse. So my coin has real protection. The only step up would be to go to acrylic holders. And I've got some around here somewhere, I'm sure of it. There you go. There's an acrylic holder. These are 50 cents a piece. It goes the pen. They come in their own little bag so they don't get scratched up, because there's nothing worse than a holder that's so scratched up you can't look at the coin. So you take it out. You got a 2-piece and a foam core. I'll open that up. Now, the price on these is a little more prohibitive. So I can open that up, and now I've got the coin. And you get the foam core, so I can hold it in one hand, flip it over, and take photos. But it's ideal. These are a bit more expensive than, those are 8 cents a piece. Those are 4 cents a piece. These are 50 cents a piece. So if I'm going to use these, I'm going to put a nicer coin in there. How's that baby look? That's a pretty good looking treat. Yeah, I got to get some pictures of this and get it sold. But, how valuable your coin is will help you determine what should I store it in. And you've got, if we can show this off, how this works. Let's put it on the black of the shirt. Okay, you get 2 ridges, one at the top, one at the bottom. This is what I use as the design for the coin spatula. That should work. I'll just make this out of, glue and foam so that I can then turn it sideways and snap it shut. Okay? Give it a squeeze so it's good and tight. Now I can still photograph through that, but again, you have the same problem with the light. So I can take the cover off, which works out really good. But I mean, you got $100 coin. Let's give that some protection. This is just kicking around my desk. I picked it up and said, oh, where did this come from? And Beth, I have some for you. They didn't make it into the, where are they? Yeah, I was cleaning up my desk, and I had a couple of different sizes for you just to try them out so you can protect some of your goodies. And I'm going to get those out to you. It's only like 6 of them. You know, a couple of pennies, a couple of dimes, a couple of quarters. No, no dimes. Halves. Something you can try out. But geez, you got a good coin? Give us some serious protection. These guys, you can drop them. You can throw them around. I can throw that baby across the room. And if it doesn't pop open, my coin's going to be protected. One of these, I drop it on the floor. I'm going to roll over it with my chair, and that's the end of it. You're going to put a $100 coin in one of these or one of those. Get these. You'll like it. You'll be happy. You know, there's the damage from the pen, but the coin inside would still be protected. You might, you know, it's like the bulletproof vest. It's going to hurt, but it's not going to kill you. Whereas that guy is pooched. Okay. So I'm getting away from the cardboard altogether. Okay. Now, let's get into some questions and answers. Chris Hurley says, Ken, if the obverse grade's fine and the reverse grade's very good, what would the overall grade be? It would be very good. Okay. Now, I've got some mixed grades. What I do in those cases, I'm going to show both sides of the coin and let the customer decide for himself, you know, is this good? Because a lot of people use folders. Pull that one out. A lot of people are going to use folders to store their coins in, so they only care about the obverse because you can't see the back, right? Oh, God, I got to clean up this desk. Now, if you're storing your best collection in an album, then yes, you can see both sides of that coin. You can see the front and the back. So that's when it's important. A lot of people, I like good, full wheat lines and berries. I want to see, you know, good details. You know, separation of the cheek and the jaw. I want to see an ear. Make that up. Show me the bow tie. That's what a Lincoln cent looks like. I'm going to put this under here just because it shows off well. But if you're, there you go. If your coin is split grade, very good front, fine back, the coin grade's very good. Whatever the lower one is the limit of your grading. So always check the back, because if it's screwed up, a lot of the 20s you're going to find. I know I've got some in here. A lot of 20s will have a very poor reverse. Okay, let me find one here. I mean, I'm sure I have one. Okay, this is one of the better sets. What's that one? Here's a 1926D. A lot of 20s have very poor reverses. They would use those dies and use them. I mean, they don't have to change it for the year. Let me move the 31 aside. Where's my card? Put this guy inside. So you have these, I mean, you got good detail in the front. What do you got here? Big scratch? Yeah, oh, there it is. I've got a fine obverse. Okay? See the sharp jawline, sharp line at the right behind the eye. I can make out his ear. He's got a temple. That's a fine coin, but the reverse, if you take a look, is shot out. I mean, there's nothing here. Is it wear, or is it the fact that these 1920 coins had very poor reverses? Well, if I'm showing that to you know, a collector, come on, man, that's a good reverse, but I got a fine obverse. Okay, well, give him time to learn and grow, and he'll see. Okay, it's the way they made them back then. But give them you know, if you got a split grade coin, I would call this one fine with a weak reverse. So just be honest and, you know, describe your coins as accurately as possible. And I'm going to put that back in before I lose it, even though it's got a scratch. Man, I like these albums. They're just beautiful. You can show off stuff real easy. There you go. And they just slide right in. I don't know if you've seen the Danko albums. I'll take a moment here. They nice. Look how leathery this is. Corinthian leather almost. right? Inside you got some stuff. It talks about what's in the book. These are bound together with these bolts. You know, they screw into each other, and the coins are displayed in order. However, however it's printed here. 1909 S SVDB. What's the next one? VDB. 1910 PDS. 1911. There's no 10D. Well, anyway, they've got slides which will slide out, and they're difficult to see. Let me take one out. It's just a piece of acetate. Alrighty, that's going to protect the coin. They're easy to clean and dust them. You can run them under hot water, you know, if you got a lot of fingerprints on them, and they simply slide in if you have any dexterity. There you go. So you can take your coins out, put them back in. So each row of coins is going to have a front and a back. So you get all these extra pieces. And these report covers. Let me show you this here real quick. Where is it? There you go. You can get these, they're plastic report covers. You get them up at the office superstore. You know, kids got a term paper. You can cover your albums. Let me get some shine on that. That's going to protect them. But also, these things are just thick enough that if you have these albums and you have to replace one of these slides, we'll just grab that album, cut it up, you know, pull another one out, measure it, cut it, and you can get a useful replacement in there. But I got to have some of these coming because I get a lot of people saying, "Do you have Dansko albums?" Not yet. Well, I do, but they're, you know, full of beautiful coins. And well, we'll go from there. But if you want to display your set, these guys go for many, many years. They hold up. They're durable. I like them. But that's where split grading will come in. Let me scroll back and see who else is asking stuff. Okay, I put that 31S. Coin Dragon says he would put a 31S in a PCGS slab. I have problems with PCGS. Oh, and somebody, they keep asking, should I have this coin graded? Well, should you? If you don't know whether or not you should get it graded, I think that you're not doing enough homework, that having it slabbed and graded would do any good. Because you wouldn't know how to market it. You probably wouldn't know how to store it. And what do we got here? Here's a neat one. Are they good? Are they really that good? Now, I put my slabs in a Ziploc bag because I can't take that coin out. And if I want to take a picture of it, I got to do it through the plastic. Let me cover this real quick. Get that 31S out of the way. So I keep my slab. You know, the slab protects the coin, but it's permanent. You got to protect that slab. So get some of these baggies. And we have here, this is a 2005 satin MS69 red. It's a beauty. Moth. Okay. Let's have a look under here. I mean, this baby is just sweet and cherry. Let's show this bit here. MS69 satin finish. There's only about, what, a million of these. Get your satins. Find out what they are. You're going to love them. And this is what they look like. I mean, it's a gorgeous coin. Okay, but are they grading accurately? Let's look at the back of that. Sure does look good until you get to this point right here. And you have a giant contact mark on an MS69 slab coin right beside the memorial. Tilt that right. Okay? Yeah, that's the right side. Excuse me. Did they started out, they were jurying the darn coins, you know, some more than one people. We'd have 3 people who would all have to agree, or 2 out of 3 would have to agree on the grade of that coin. So if they're still jurying the coins, this got by everybody, right? Because this is not MS69. That should not, it might get MS65 with that contact mark. But how did it get into an MS69 slab if their standards are so high? Well, anyway, I'll babble on about PCGS at another date. There are lots of instances where I've seen, you know, you graded this one way too low, you graded that one way too high. What gives? somebody's putting their trust into you for accurate grading, but I'm seeing a lot of inaccuracies. And then there's that nail. They took a nail, dropped it in the mint, and stamped a die on it, and PCGS slabbed it. That's not a coin. It's not a dime. It's a nail. Oh, let's see. I'm going to go through here. Hey, Mud, mailman missed your coin. I'll try to hand it to him tomorrow. Yeah, mailman. Sometimes he does me good, and sometimes doesn't. I have tons of the cardboard, says Cheryl. Cheryl, use them by all means. They are, the cardboard flips. They are handy. They do the job to some degree. They're not meant for, the permanent solution. It's not hermetically sealed. They can tone. It's cardboard. They can pick up moisture, so they can change their shape over time. And the staples that you put in can rust. But for the most part, it does offer surface protection for your coin. But it's just a thin coating. Keeps the dust off, keeps the fingerprints off. And really, that is most of the issues you're going to have. Because you're going to store your coins in a box of some kind. Here's a box. And this is how I store them. I just keep jamming them in there. But a lot of times you're going to store that coin one after another. So this does offer a lot of protection. But you got to watch it with those staples on the back. And you want to get those flattened out. Or what can happen, what do we got here? Oh, that's that 74S. What can happen when those staples are sticking out and they're in that box is they can rub together, and that Mylar just doesn't offer the protection it needs to protect from the staples, even though they're rounded, from scraping the face of that coin. So grab a pair of pliers and flatten those staples if we can see that. See how they stick out just a bit? Flatten them. Just give it a squeeze. Watch you don't squeeze your coin because that's going to leave one heck of a mark on it. And just flatten that staple. Okay, once it's flattened, now you're not so worried about one coin scraping across another. Oh, I can almost do this. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, I'm grabbing one flip and the other one is going to hang on to the staples. Well, you get the idea. But get those flattened up so you don't screw up your coins. It's these little details that are going to protect your collection in the long run. Dang, that's pretty, says Laura Day. Oh, I think we were talking about that. Where'd it go? It's gone. I'll put it away. Yeah, those satins are gorgeous. Now, I've got a bunch of satins back here. I got some perfect ones that I pulled out separately. There you go. But these are these are good. There's nothing wrong with these. These are 2005s, and they're elegant. They're still in the original mint wrap. These satins were produced only in mint sets, so they're all uncirculated, of course, and they're in great shape. But some of them will have some, light contact marks from handling at the mint. Maybe they got rubbed just a little bit. Now I've got several of my, they're just plain top quality. Here we go. Let's look at this. Down in the lower corner here, are these contact marks or is it a mark on the plastic? Because that cellophane wrapper, let's move it down. There we go. That cellophane wrapper can oftentimes confuse it. Okay, that was on the wrapper because those marks are gone. But this one, if you look, I've got a mark right on the rim beside that A. Well, that's not too bad. But 2005, there's a million of these. That's it. I've got some sort of little light contact mark right here above Liberty. Now, I've got these beautiful, but not quite, superb gems. Those are available for $2 a piece. If you want some, let me know. Contact me. Send me an email. And I've always got some things around. So if you're looking for it, let me know. Okay, we'll put that away. Oh, look at this. I've been meaning to show you guys this. Justin had one of these last week on his show. Now this is one of the first medallion coins that I ever got. And these are just scrumptious. Okay, remember that ship he talked about? This is one of them. It's the frigate USS Constitution, right? One of the first ironclads of the U.S. Navy, but they're not ironclads. Iron's too heavy, and copper is what they line the hulls of these ships with because they could work with copper easily. They could do sheets. And once they developed sheets, then they decided, hey, we can put this on the boat. So they're not really ironclads, they're copperclads. And copper has some antibacterial properties, which is beautiful for working on the ships because when you put it on the hull, the barnacles don't grow. And if you don't have a hull full of barnacles, you're gonna sail through the water a whole lot better. But the detail on these is exquisite. Get one of these. You'll spend 10, 20, 25, 30 bucks on one. They're real handsome. They're the size of a $50. Right? And on the back here, we have the big proud eagle and the Union shield. And this coin was struck from parts of the frigate Constellation, the first ship of the U.S. Navy, and a couple of cannons. This ship is still on the Navy rosters of active duty ships. It's a museum ship. It's in Baltimore, Maryland. You can go visit it. Several times throughout history, in the 1850s and again in the like 1956 or something, the ship was terrifically overhauled, stem to stern, gunnels to gunwales. No, it's the same thing. Well, gunnels to whatever's above the gunnels. The copper was removed, replaced, just to, they gave it a good thorough going over. And in the 50s, they took the copper from the ship and made these coins. I don't know how many they made, but it was a bunch. But they're a good piece of American history. If you want to get into, the history of the coins, it goes all the way back. Whoa! Butterfingers. Well, I'll try not to roll over that. Let's see what else everybody else is saying, because I need to probably sign off. 9 o'clock, I'm going to look over at the video blog, video live stream. What day is this? Wednesday? At 9 o'clock, you got Snacks and Paul have probably already started live streaming. So I'll offer a little consideration and end mine real shortly. I wish it was here, SJ. Been dark for hours on the Northeast Coast. You got a storm coming? Beth has sent a PayPal. Beth, I want to thank you so much for supporting the channel. What I'm doing is offering more things in the coin class. Instead of just a book, it's a book and a loop. Now it's going to be a book and a loop and some flips so you can identify your coin, read about your coin, and store it properly. That's the direction I'm going, is get more stuff into the hands of more people so they have more ability. Now, I want to thank Dustin for leaving the slot open here so I can get some primetime exposure. I'm going to follow up and review the video here and see if this is a good time to live stream, because out here in the woods, it's tough. But I think I have that sound issue solved. Oh, and if you like, oh, there it is. Right below me, you'll see I've got a digital scale that, for example, they're $7 plus 3 shipping, but I'm out right now. I post them and they sell fast. There we go. This is one of those. They have a 200 gram. There we go. Turn that on. You got a 200 gram capacity. Digital. Takes 2 AAA batteries. You put your coin on there. Tells you what it weighs. Okay, so you say, is this a thin planchet? Is this an oversized planchet? Some things say, the 1976 quarter with an S. Is it silver or is it clad? And you can weigh it and tell the difference, because this is accurate to 1/100th of a gram. And I did an experiment. It's about 2 grains of rice. I mean, that's the weight that it'll detect. And your penny is, 302 grains of rice. They're good. Get them. You don't have to have them. They're handy when you get into checking your 1982 Ds. Okay. We've got the loops, of course. These are 10x. I've got a number of them that say 30x. And I was going to offer 30x, but they ain't. I looked at them, went through them, and they are no more powerful than 10x's. Got them for a good price because they're misprinted, is what I believe here. Of course, you have your, the flips, which I have none right now. I had this terrible accident with coffee yesterday, and well, anyway, I have more flips that are on the way, and I've been offering them in packs of 100, but I could do packs of 50 for half the price, $4 for 50, and they're really handy. If you have coins on order, I can add that. I can add them into there. But when we get into supplies, the shipping is the issue because I have a limit of about 12 ounces I can ship from here. But we're getting some coins going. Of course, the acrylic holders, you can pick up a few at a time. They're 50 cents a piece. It's the right deal at the right price if you have pricey coins. Protect them. And I think this is probably one of the finest things out there. But for standard use, those whips are just godlike. Get away from the cardboard. Move up to the 20th century. And let's see what else is going on real quick. Mud Swat says, good info, Ken. Well, good viewers, Mud. Every time it lags, I lose connection to live and have to reconnect. I'm working on that. I was going to go to my brother's house last weekend, but geez, I got to have this and that and the other. And I did some tweaking on the computer and plugged it in directly instead of using the Wi-Fi. And that had some improvements. But I think they need to rewire this whole neighborhood for me to, have a better quality video. I'll put that back in here so you can look at it. Oh yeah, and the 57D DDOs, they're $7 a piece if you want one. But send me email, and we'll get together so we can get on the same page and find out what you want. Smash Louis Vuitton. Works for me. Oh, smash that button. By all means, smash the button. If you'd like to purchase items, please send funds. No, please contact me before sending funds. Because I got to work out the shipping. If you buy, 15 pounds worth of stuff, we'll have to work that out. Okay, that's about it, folks. I want to thank you for stopping in. This is a lot of fun. Dustin will be back to his regular schedule on this weekend. And right now, you can run over and take a look at the $50 Make You Holler. Mudswat, send me an email, kpv@live.com, and make sure you check that spelling. That spelling is all important. There are 7 letters in there at live.com, and we'll go from there. All right, folks, thank you very much. Have a great day. And coin class, Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock. I'll talk more about, coins. And hopefully I'll be able to teach and you'll be able to learn, and we'll go from there. Last thing I want to tell you, there's nothing you can't do. And that goes to everybody. And as soon as you believe that, it becomes true.